Welcome to Exploring Ancient Recipes, where we dive into the culinary past and bring historical dishes back to life. Today, we're cooking a meal straight from an 18th century cookbook. Let's travel back in time and see what people enjoyed eating over 200 years ago. We'll prepare a roast chicken with herbs, stewed vegetables, a traditional gravy, and an apple tart for dessert. Our first step is to gather the ingredients. For this meal, we'll need fresh herbs, spices, meats, and vegetables, just like they did in the 18th century. Let's start with the roast chicken. In the 18th century, people would roast their meats over an open fire. Today, we'll use a modern oven for convenience. First, make sure your chicken is thoroughly cleaned and patted dry. Rub it with a mixture of butter, salt, pepper, and a blend of fresh herbs like rosemary, thyme, and sage. These herbs were staples in 18th century kitchens and add a wonderful, fragrant aroma. To ensure even cooking, tie the legs of the chicken together with kitchen twine. Place the chicken in a roasting pan. Roast the chicken in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour, basting occasionally with the drippings. While the chicken is roasting, let's move on to the side dish: stewed vegetables. We'll use carrots, parsnips, and turnips, common in 18th century kitchens. Peel and chop the vegetables into bite-sized pieces. Place them in a pot with butter, a pinch of salt, and enough water to cover them. Add a sprig of thyme for extra flavor. Simmer the vegetables over medium heat until tender, stirring occasionally. Next, let's make a traditional 18th century gravy to accompany our roast chicken. In a saucepan, melt some butter and add a tablespoon of flour to make a roux. Cook until it turns a light brown color. Gradually add chicken broth, stirring constantly until it thickens into a smooth gravy. Season with salt, pepper, and a splash of wine for authenticity. Now let's check on our chicken. It looks perfect, golden and crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside. Transfer the roast chicken to a serving platter and pour some of that delicious gravy over it. Finally, we'll prepare a dessert: apple tart, a favorite from the 18th century. For the tart crust, mix flour, butter, a bit of sugar, and a pinch of salt. Knead it into a dough and roll it out on a floured surface. Place the dough into a tart pan and fill it with thinly sliced apples arranged in a spiral pattern. Sprinkle the apples with a mixture of cinnamon and sugar and add a few dabs of butter on top. Bake the tart in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 40 minutes until the apples are tender and the crust is golden brown. The kitchen will be filled with the sweet, spicy aroma of apples and cinnamon. Our meal from the 18th century is now complete. We have a beautifully roasted chicken with herbs, stewed vegetables, and a delicious apple tart for dessert. Recreating these ancient recipes gives us a taste of history and a deeper appreciation for the flavors of the past. It connects us to the people who lived before us and reminds us of the timeless joy of sharing a meal. Thank you for joining us on this culinary journey through time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes of Exploring Ancient Recipes. Bon appétit! Let's dig in and enjoy this meal, just as people did over 200 years ago.